I'm Max Roberts, and this is my final concept for the tailgate trailer. So, looking at the concept situational analysis, the tailgate trailer's concept of a mobile sports bar and pop up venue adds a multitude of options for fans in their game day experience, as well as for the company by providing flexibility with unique catering and engagement towards the various sporting events and in the general public. Establishing an on site sports bar in these venues is a unique way to collide two worlds with one by satisfying the beverage needs of those diehard fans who go all out for game day. The startup and operational requirements of the tailgate trailer involve significant initial investment in the truck's equipment, customization, and staffing. Um, and the licensing and barriers of entry. Obtaining the necessary license for legal alcohol sales represents that significant barriers of entry, as well as requiring constant compliance with the county, the city, and the state, whichever regulatory base we may be working out of. But the aim of the tailgate trailer is to revolutionize the game day experience by adding an on-site sports bar as a pop-up venue into these sporting events and these large events, and just on the go. But it also fulfills a constant reoccurring need, catering to the large beverage demands of these large crowds and sports enthusiasts during tailgates events and in the general public, aligning our concept with the consistent demand for enjoyable experiences at sporting gatherings. Looking towards the marketing strategy, the target demographic is going to be sports enthusiasts, and that's pretty obvious. But ideal locations would be areas that are rich, vibrant sports cultures, that have large gatherings and diverse events, and that's going to be areas like Austin, College Station, Houston, and Dallas, Fort Worth. And specific areas in these locations would be like Sixth Street, actual games themselves, Northgate, and then around like the Dallas Cowboys complex. So we'll also have interactive promotion deals and create a fan engaging atmosphere with putting out games and stuff like cornhole and whatnot, a competitive environment around our trailer. But it emphasizes an interactive and engaging atmosphere by offering promotions, deals, and fan-centric interactions. This approach creates a dynamic and memorable experience for them. Um, Competitive and strategic in-person and online presence is also the goal with having these little games and stuff. But the main way we'll be able to do it is for having like fans voting for like a team signature drink, different types of polls and engaging content, like split videos with our drinks being mixed and the game that we'll be being at. And that just is creating the specialty and is making customers feel included, like they're in the process of creating specialty menus. So now looking at some of the strengths of the company, the concept has the ability to follow large gatherings and support the large need of people at sporting tailgates, but as a pop-up venue on days where there isn't a large gathering for a game or an event, we can still serve as a sports bar theme, like in the general public, like I said, in the Sixth Street area, in the Northgate area, in the College Station and Austin, Texas areas. But a strength of the company is a large niche market. Tailgate Trailer identifies and targets a large niche market with the sports enthusiast community, recognizing a potential for sustained demand and customer engagement. And just as I said, within the marketing, showing the craftsmanship within the drinks, in the content, we're going to be doing that on the bar, in our venue. Some of the weaknesses would be depending on the weather, because it's going to be outside. A lot of tailgates are held outside. Having pop-up tents is a way to mitigate it and whatnot, but these event turnouts, when the weather goes bad, it can really impact our revenue. And then it's just a high initial investment. It's around $100,000 to start with all the equipment customizations, and staffing and marketing, investing into the app that goes into it. There's a lot of nitty gritty, but that's the high initial investment. But there are some opportunities like partnerships with major brands, especially Anheuser-Busch and Coca-Cola, because those are going to be reliable brands, leveraging familiarity of well-known brands. And that's not only going to attract customers, but it's also going to enhance the appeal of the tailgate trailers offerings by combining established brands with our distinctive beverages. And then a mobile app integration to where people can be pre-ordering a product we'll have loyalty programs, have exclusive promotions, and the mobile app aligns with just the customer expectations of elevating the convenience for them. Um, some of the threats, though, are going to be these app failures, system glitches, downtime, and then some of the extensive legal compliance, like renewing the licensing over and over again each year. And that's going to be kind of just going into kind of what we have that what could go wrong. It's going to be that high initial investment that's around $100,000. Vulnerability to the event turnout, as we talked about, that comes with the weather patterns, but event variation is like not being able to know like exactly where we'll personally be able to set up at the events or being able to control that. The licensing and compliance issues, that's going to be able to make sure we have the right license. If we need a county license or we need a state license, knowing which one we'll need where. The technological advancement risk, the technological failures and glitches, that's just something that can always go wrong with the mobile app. And so we have to be able to prevent for that. But turning towards the financials, the startup investment, as we talked about, is going to be around $100,000. That's going to be like the equipment, the customization of the truck, the actual purchase of the truck. But the monthly operational expenses are going to be around $7,000. But looking towards the first year monthly projections, over the course of the year, the business goes through various event phases. The initial months, January and February, we're not really going to be able to go out and set up at events in this first year because of collecting the truck, making sure all the customizations are up to everything, and then getting in inventory and whatnot. So we'll have negative profit for the first couple months coming out of that. But after that, in the peaking around in August and September, with the effects of being lasting until like the first quarter of next year, and this is where we can start getting into the second year projections, where then it'll start dying down in the middle of the second quarter, and really starting to pick back up towards the start of the third quarter. But during these downtimes in these projections, that's when we're going to be looking to be able to set up at these general public events, and being able to create our own event when there's not an event, and being able to host large amounts of people with our pop-up venue. And that just kind of gets into our third and fifth year projections, where as we build that down the line, we'll be able to buy another truck and start growing, resulting in sustained profitability and business expansion. But talking about the mitigation, the logistic planning, the challenge of logistic planning encompasses considerations of inventory management, transportation, venue setup. This plays a crucial role in having smooth operations, and we're going to have to be regular updating, refining logistic procedures, establishing robust legal compliance and framework, and then looking towards the outlook. For the outlook of the company, we're really going to be struggling at the beginning with that significant initial investment. But the second, the full year operation possibilities start to turn out in that second year, where we'll really be able to be fully operational full year. Start setting up at country clubs, at golf courses during the summer when there really isn't a lot of sports going on. Attend to the Olympics when they come back around, and then have that will be the substantial development potential. And just thank you for your time.